Hello everyone, I'm Andrew, and in this video I'll be explaining my comparative research on the monotheistic and the polytheistic views on cohabitation before marriage. So first I'll go over the monotheistic religions and I'll explain what their views on cohabitation is. So I'll start off with Christianity. So with Christianity, many Christians believe that living together before marriage contradicts the biblical teachings on purity and commitment. And this is because it is believed in Christianity that marriage is supposed to be a commitment with God as well, and it's supposed to be sacred. So you should not cohabitate to keep it pure. So this view, it actually came from the Middle East and then it transferred over to the West. And this helped emphasize marriage as a social construct in our society today. But then on the flip side, some modern Christians have also become more progressive, and they have let go of these conservative views and traditional views on marriage and cohabitation. And some actually practice cohabitation themselves and are willing to accept that maybe relationships now have evolved than from previously. So the second monotheistic view that I'll explain is Judaism. And Judaism holds marriage in a very high regard. And this because in traditional Jewish teachings, they generally discourage cohabitation and emphasize formal ceremonies instead of just living together first and then going to marriage. So the order is very important. And also Orthodox Jews, they typically prohibit it, but there are more progressive Jews who are willing to accept this change. And this difference between Jews kind of highlight the ability to respect the core values of one religion while also being more progressive and also just finding a new way to respect one's religions while also conforming to societal norms. So now that monotheism is out of the way, I'll explain polytheistic worldviews. So the first worldview I'll be talking about is Hinduism. So Hinduism actually is a pretty interesting worldview because of how diverse the beliefs of Hinduism are. There are a lot of different perspectives on cohabitation. So some might agree that you can cohabitate, but some also disagree with you and will say that you're not allowed to cohabitate before marriage. But traditionally, Hinduism is a sacred duty, so that basically leans more to the point where cohabitation is not allowed. However, in urban areas, cohabitation is becoming more common before marriage. So one key feature about Hinduism is that it balances cultural heritage with contemporary values. This means that in Hinduism, there's a great balance between respecting what's already there, what's traditionally believed and traditionally done, and makes a good balance out of that with how society is nowadays. So the last polytheistic religion I'll talk about is Buddhism. So Buddhism is generally flexible on cohabitation. This is because its main teachings are mainly just to live life with peace and to find your inner peace within everything that happens in your life, even the things that you cannot control. So yeah, Buddhism focuses on ethical living and intentions. So it depends on where your intentions at when you're cohabitating, and also how, like, if the way you're living is actually the right way of living, if it's actually beneficial to both parties. So in Buddhism, marriage is encouraged because it does help balance society. So cohabitation isn't strictly forbidden in Buddhism. So now I'll analyze kind of the differences between the monotheistic and polytheistic worldviews. So for monotheistic worldviews, one similarity between Christianity and Judaism is that they both see cohabitation before marriage as like something that's immoral, something that's wrong. While the polytheistic worldviews, they don't really care as much because they focus more on the actual quality of the relationships and also the well-being of both people involved. And this also aligns with the fact that monotheistic religions, they follow strictly with tradition, while polytheistic religions have a focus on individual freedom and having the ability to do as they wish. So I think it's important to learn about these worldviews because we come across different people in our lives, and obviously you won't agree with everybody you meet. But it is important to be educated about this so that you can respect those who you don't really agree with, while also understanding more about your own beliefs and where you kind of align yourself with cohabitation before marriage. And this also helps with, I guess, finding partners that are right for you too, because if one partner doesn't want to cohabitate but one does, then naturally there's going to be a conflict there. So I think it's just good to be educated about this in general. Not only does it benefit yourself, it also benefits people around you. So I see it as a really good thing. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this presentation. Thank you guys for listening.